Hi everyone, happy Thursday. Hope you guys are all healthy and well. So even for me at this point in the game, my bookings are starting to really come to a screeching halt. We'll see how this weekend pans out, but it's not looking very promising, which means that I'm left with a ton of time throughout my day to kind of research and just brainstorm ideas and keep an eye on what's going on in different markets and what's just going on in general with this craziness that we're in. And one of the things that I was thinking about today as I went for my walk this morning is we're living in such a crazy time. I don't know if anything like this will ever happen in my lifetime again, but years down the line, one day when I tell my kids this story, I was thinking about like, how do I want to remember this? What do I want that story to look like? And I haven't had this much free time probably since I was 21 and started my first business. So it's been actually incredibly refreshing to have some downtime just to kind of get my thoughts together and get sort of mentally organized and have time to read the news and see what other people are doing and do some research. And with that, I really came across a few things today that were kind of eye opening and got me thinking. And I'll start off with first, someone left it in the comments section, and it was something that I had read yesterday as well. And that was that Hertz rental car company is giving a helping hand to healthcare workers in New York City. The company is offering free 1 month rentals to anyone with a qualified medical ID through April 30th. And basically, the article was just talking about how even rental car companies such as Hertz are just seeing such a dramatic slowdown for their rentals. They're even currently going through layoffs and letting off, a big portion of their teams right now. But with that, they have an excess of inventory, and there are people out there, and I've been saying this for weeks now, that are in need. There is still a need that needs to be served, whether it's for free or it's subsidized or whatever it is. The end story is that people need help, and this is a time of crisis. And if we can't really be in business and we're kind of stuck with an ample amount of time and resources like our cars, we should be helping people out who need it the most. And then shortly after that, I follow Airbnb pretty closely lately. I want to kind of see how they're moving and how they're navigating. And I know that there's been, as of late, a lot of kind of ups and downs with the host versus Airbnb. But one of the things that I came across today, which I thought was just amazing, was Airbnb. I'm reading this off of their website. Says, join Airbnb in helping to house 100,000 COVID-19 responders. Airbnb is partnering with our host to connect 100,000 healthcare providers, relief workers, and first responders with clean, convenient places to stay that allow them to be close to their patients and safety distance from their own families. We may be apart, but we'll get through this together. And basically, they have this whole thing on their website, and you can check it out. It's airbnb.com/open homes /COVID-19 relief, and you can help by hosting. You can offer up your properties. They're working with the Red Cross, the International Medical Corps, and the International Rescue Committee to help get all these people, the first responders and medical staff, placed into these homes. And part of what they're doing is they're making sure that the cleaning and safety protocols are followed that were provided by the CDC. They are waiving any fees from Airbnb, and they're also helping subsidize the cost. And then there are many hosts who are just offering up their listings for free as well. And then for the ones that are not for free but are highly discounted, Airbnb is subsidizing that cost. So just a really cool way to mobilize the resources that a marketplace like Airbnb has, and to use that to really help the people that are in need, because those people are there. And I don't know who did it first or where this idea really spawned from. I know that there is a guy who is pretty big with Airbnb and is really great at helping his community, named Sean. I know a couple of days ago he had posted about really reaching out to the medical industry and hospital staffing and to help get these people placed sort of as a way of like corporate housing while they are temping in hospitals or kind of filling in these positions where it's really needed. And so with sort of this research that I did today, what we can gather is that there's a lot of people that are mobilizing and moving right now, especially in the medical industry. There's a lot of temps that are being brought in. They're calling on doctors and nurses that are retired to come into the hospitals. They're making special concessions for anyone really in the medical industry to come in and help. So a lot of people are moving right now to locations that are going to be severely affected, such as New York, and California is another major one. Then there's Washington State, New Jersey. So as this thing kind of continues to progress, we're going to see more and more people that are in need. And if these people are looking for temporary housing, then they also need transportation as well, especially in areas where we're not so city-like and it's not really like a walking type of place, such as California, for example. Maybe in New York it might be different. Obviously, there's not necessarily the need for cars, but somewhere like here, even in LA, it's not really a walking town or where we have really convenient public transportation. So being able to provide cars could absolutely be a way to help people, the first responders who are really on the front line of this during this crisis time. But not only in the medical industry, the other one is actually manufacturing. In a lot of parts of our country, there's a lot of manufacturing that's being ramped up. And so those are also people where we're going to see some mobilization of people coming in, whether they're temping or, they're being hired almost kind of like seasonally, how we have it during the holidays. And these people are going to need accommodations and they're going to need cars. So the only thing that I could think of to this point so far is, since we don't have anything just yet from Turo, and I hope that they follow and take a lead like something like this, because at the very least, if you look at any of the cars that are being rented out, including mine, I mean, this is definitely not a time for any type of profiting going on, right? So if there are any rentals, it's merely to get some money in to cover some costs and to help some people out who really need cars. There's really nobody out there renting right now that's renting for fun, because there's nowhere to go, right? So this would be a great way for us to step in as a community with all the resources that we have and kind of help the people who need it. And so far, the only thing that I could think of is to really kind of create a collective of community members that have cars, and we should do this all throughout the US, and we should somehow get this organized. So the first step that I kind of thought of is, okay, let's kind of get an idea of who is interested in doing something like this. I know for one, I would definitely love to be a part of the solution and a part of helping people, so that when I look back at this, maybe 10 years from now, I want to think back at like how we were able to use our resources to help the people who need it the most. So I put together a little form off my website. I'm going to put the link down below. It's simonsexperience.com/selective. And it's just a real basic form just to get an idea if we even have interest in the community of hosts who are willing to offer up their cars at really, really discounted rates up until we can figure out how to better organize this. And then from there, if there are people out there who have contacts within the medical community or even in the manufacturing community or any other industries that are really mobilizing right now that may need transportation, get in touch with me. Then I'm also going to be reaching out to some of the contacts that I have to see if we can help in any way in any of these areas where things are going to kind of ramp up pretty quickly and get bad pretty fast, which is going to require as much human effort as possible and as much human resource, especially in medical, that exist in a given area. And then also what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to reach out to every single Turo contact that I've ever come across, and I'm going to see if we can get some help or partnership with them, or see if they have something in the works already, perhaps, to where we can really mobilize and help these people and provide cars. So we talked about how Turo has all of this recent funding that they came into and how they're going to use that money at a time like this. I think kind of doing like what Airbnb is doing, where they're subsidizing some of these units that are available at a very low cost, and that helps out the host, and then it helps out the first responders. That is absolutely an amazing way to use any funds. And I'm sure that there has to be some support for that from the government as well. So there's already companies far bigger than us, like Hertz, that are doing this, but it does not mean that we can't make a difference and try and, really utilize some of this free time that we have and our resources that are just sitting there to help the people who need it the most. So I am going to post that link down below. And if you are interested in doing something like this, definitely fill out that form, and I'm more than happy to share that spreadsheet that it's going to populate with anyone that wants it. Of course, I guess in terms of, I'll share like how many people are interested in what areas we're looking at. I will not share any of your personal information or anything like that. And maybe we can make a difference. Maybe we can take a stab at this as a community and see what we can do to help. And then tomorrow I am going to reach out to all these people and hopefully be able to get some kind of feedback, some kind of update, make some type of headway. But I think that for Turo as a whole, for our own local communities, I know within my own community, I live in an area where we have a bunch of medical, not just hospitals, but we have urgent cares and sort of all these little hubs that are very important right now for people seeking help. So we can really help our local communities by somehow getting this word out there and really working with them and providing a resource that they may need, which is our cars. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. For me personally, I think right now a lot of people are off schedule. A lot of people have ample time right now that maybe you're not used to having. And I think it has a lot of people in a funk. And for me personally, I'm not trying to slip into any type of funk. I would really like to stay vigilant and proactive as much as possible to work through this. And just continue to do what we can as a community, and even for me personally as a host, and provide a service for those who need it, and do it in the best way possible, and hopefully help humanity out in some small way and just make a difference no matter how small it is. So that's kind of what I came up with today and what I came across today as well. I will post the links to the Airbnb article and the article about Hertz in my description down below. Once again, that form to fill out is at simonsexperience.com/collective. It's going to take you 2 seconds to fill it out. It's literally just a couple questions, just so we can gather an idea of how many hosts we have, how many cars we possibly have, and then from there we can work our way into figuring out how we can serve our first responders and anybody that is kind of mobilizing right now to help in this crisis. So yeah, let's take a stab at it. Let's see what we can do as a community. I mean, this could make for a great story, a great thing to do with your extra time, right? And to feel like that you're not just stuck at home or quarantined and just not doing anything, that you are helping in some small way in making a difference with what's going on. All right, guys, on that note, that is it for me for today. Once again, simonsexperience.com/collective, and you can fill out that form. Doesn't matter what state you're in, what type of cars you have. If you're willing to participate, please do fill that out. And then I want to be able to share that information with you guys, hopefully by tomorrow or in the next couple of days as we get people to fill it out. Just give you guys an idea of how many people we have that are interested. And then, of course, I will keep you guys posted as to if I can get any support from Turo on this. And then finally, if you have any connections within the medical industry or manufacturing or anywhere where people are mobilizing to help in this COVID-19 crisis, do let me know, and let's try to serve them and make at least a little bit of a difference during this time. Take care, guys. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves. Stay productive. Stay vigilant. Take care.